Hello guys, this is the SWTOR guy here, and welcome to a little bit of SWTOR news because the latest stream just went down yesterday, and they are announced a bunch of new stuff. And a lot of things I agree and a lot of things I disagree. Now let's just run through a couple of things before I have an opinion and stuff like that, so let's just run through. So, when they are talked about, community topics, players feels that gearing is still taking too long. We talk more next week about adjusting speed of getting gear, which is a really good idea, because obviously, especially the PvPers are more pissed about the situation, about getting so much of those components and things like that, so it's just too much for gearing them. And they are planning to do a double XCXP event, or week or something like that, and come in the next 2 or 4 weeks, which is pretty good. I'm definitely gonna participate that because I'm really actually lazy to just level up in general, so yeah. I really need to focus on that. But let's go to the main things, which is the game update 5.2, War for IOCAT. Come in the first week of April. If they can do much release, they will try. So yeah, they said it, the developers said it, they are not 100% sure they are wanted to do pretty much like, okay, we are planning to do it on March and they just gonna wait until April. They just said basically April, but if the content is done on March, they will obviously gonna release it, but it's just gonna take time. Bringing back operation content into SWTOR 5.2. 5.2, sorry. A little bit awake. Master Mode pricing, hard challenge for 4 players. They will add additional mechanics and coming with 5.2, and this is what I actually wanted to see. It really good to see new additional mechanics finally. Maybe there will be not much of a big deal, but hopefully it's gonna be like pretty good. And you need some gear for that, obviously, so until then just prepare if you are doing ops and things like that, so hopefully you can do some stuffs like that. New storyline, return to IOCAT. Scouts from the Alliance, Republic, and Sith have all arrived on IOCAT. You, as the Alliance commander, need to pick a side. You will take a super weapon. You can side with the opposite faction from your starting faction. So pretty much if you are started with an Empire, you can sign with the Republic, and vice versa, as Dalfi and the developers just mentioned. This is actually a really cool idea, and as I said, even though they are focusing this year on group content, they just not gonna put group content only in their patches. So this is a best example. We're gonna have storyline, we're gonna have a new planet, we're gonna have returning companions, Queen and Laura, and stuffs like that, and a new daily area, which is pretty much like a group content / solo content, but it's still new content, which I wanted to see. And to be perfectly honest, IOCAT in overall is really good. I'm gonna run my opinions after I read everything. So, new operation. Super weapon is the boss of the operation. Unlike previous operations, they are not waiting to fall. Again, I'm gonna repeat that. They are not waiting until fall to release all 5 operation bosses. First operation boss will come in 5.2. All 5 will be released before the end of the year. First operation boss is Tithe, the god of rage in Zakulan Pythion. Hopefully I said that right. The same guy who designed the Revan fight also designed Tithe. This operation will be on PTS public test server, if you don't know, about 2 weeks. They may either do an open PTS or a closed PTS to open PTS later. Tite will have story and veteran mode with 5.2, and they will release master mode for him when they release the second boss. Most of the story for Iocath will wrapped in the storyline, but the operation bosses are also tied to the story and serve as a sidetrack. Stuff coming to adjust CXP gains for operations in 4-8 weeks. They will do it before patch 5.2. Companion returns are separate from the operations, and I think that's it. And this is how Tite looks, if you guys wanted to see. This is Tite. This is like a big one because it's like our character size is like almost like a feet. So pretty much it's like a big boss. I'm gonna have my opinions for this. And I don't know, let me know your opinions, guys, in the comment section, because I'm not gonna say I'm pissed. I'm just gonna say I'm disappointed, to be perfectly honest. So, let's run through. The 5.2. New uprisings. I'm fine with that. New mechanics, also fine with that. No problem. New storyline. Iocath. Really, really good. I love the Iocath planet. I love actually new storylines. So pretty much, the developer said it is gonna be the same as or similar to Oricon, which I actually really, really liked. So hopefully it's gonna be good as that. And I also like the planet Iocath. So hopefully that too thing is gonna be just good. And pretty much this option you can choose between the Empire and the Alliance, or Empire and the Republic. I think that is also a pretty good idea. I really, really love that idea. So hopefully they will do more of these. And also the returning companions, Quinn and Alara. They might spoil it a little bit, but you probably have the chance to kill Quinn, which I wanted to for a long time, to be perfectly honest. Even though I hate Quinn, maybe I will not kill him, but we'll see. Elara is definitely a lot of people's favorite companions, so they are probably happy for that. I'm not really an Elara guy who's liking her, but I'm fine with that. So new daily area, gameplay options with these dailies. We did it for chapters and for stuff like that. I'm totally fine with the repeatable daily area on especially Iocath. Maybe I will do 3 or 4 times after I'm gonna get bored, but they said something that comes to me, like it's just catched me. And they said they wanted to add the new gameplay options, as you seeing right now, as they did it with the chapter. So for example, you can go into a walker, or you can run through different stuff. They wanted to add this new gameplay, and maybe they will adding some in the old dailies. That is what I heard. Maybe that is a little bit too spoily from Charles. That's what he said. And hopefully they will do that. That will be pretty much a big fresh for the dailies, and a lot of people are maybe returning back to the previous dailies if these new mechanics are probably in there. But we'll see. Now here comes the bad part. The operation. I think it's cool, but it's not the first year, guys. Like, I'm just an honest person here, to be perfectly honest, and I don't know if anybody on the developers is gonna hear this or not, but what did they done in the past year? Like, I totally understand. As I said, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, and I totally understand that. Just before I'm gonna get to my point, I'm understanding that you need tons of work to get the storyline right, get the voice acting right, get everything right. Because the Knights of the Fallen Empire and the Eternal Throne storyline in big general, it probably takes a lot of work, like a lot. Like maybe the 12 hours per day work, or maybe 13, 14 to get that one right before schedule. So I totally understand that. But the Knights of the Eternal Throne was done in November or December, something like that. And after that, now there was 2 months. I know there was some break, Christmas, stuff like that. But there was a lot of break until then, and you had the time to at least build some bosses. And from my perspective, what I'm seeing right now, pretty much you're gonna get one world boss on like 2 or 3 months. Hopefully it's wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they're gonna monthly release it. But it's just but they said it. Unlike previous operations, they are not waiting until fall. Like, you need almost a year to make an operation, or 5 operation bosses. Like, I'm really honest again. I don't know how to program. Okay, I learned programming, but not this type of programming, and I don't know how these are working. And maybe it takes a lot of work because they don't want to just, okay, bring it there and just do simple mechanics. They wanted to bring new mechanics in, which I totally accept. But it's not taking a year until 5 operation bosses. Like, there is tons of MMOs outside which are doing like much more than this. And I'm not saying examples of stuff like that, but they need to bring this much bigger and better if they wanted to keep the PvE side of the player base. Because they are now much more pissed than they should. Like, they waited for group content, I get it, but they getting one boss, only one boss, until the end of the year. And that is, a lot of people are pissed off. And this is, as I said, this year is going to be group content. What if next year is not going to be group content? What if it's going to be role player stuffs coming out? I don't really get this one. But the good thing is, they're going to put it into the PTS in the next 2 weeks or so. And hopefully I can get in there and test a few things. I'm not going to say I'm an influencer or stuff like that to get in there, but hopefully I had a chance to get into the closed PTS. And I'm not going to say share some information, probably because of terms of service and stuff like that, but I can see what the point is for the bosses and stuff like that. So yeah. That was it for this news. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you guys think of this whole idea of the operations to Iocath, to Queen Elora and stuff like that. Until then, see you guys next time. Bye bye.